Hello and welcome today. This is Bob Belf with the Summer Casual Scruff. I call it the Summer Scruff, but I'm still all business with the jacket and shirt. So today I'm going to talk to you about the Watson Assistant and how you can use it on an e-commerce site to potentially educate your users and even save the sale. I got two quick demos here to show you today, and one of them is just a site we threw together to show you how you can use a chatbot as a guided selling tool to help your customers figure out what the best product is for them on your site. And then the second demo is a very cool demo, once again by our partners, Royal Cyber, where they use a combination of Tealeaf and Watson Assistant to basically get rid of abandoned carts. So let's go ahead and start this demo. So you can see here I have a basic store, and I open up the chat and I say I want to buy a hockey stick. And it says, please enter how many years the player has played. 5. And there's a bunch of text there, so I'm not gonna read all of the text, but it basically tells you a whole description of the different things that you should consider when buying a hockey stick. And it goes ahead and gives you a short description, and then it asks you how tall the player is. So we're gonna go ahead and put in 3 here. Please enter the player's weight, 130. We recommend an intermediate composite stick. In general, players that meet this criteria, 4, 10, 5, 7, 880 to 160 pounds, does best with this type of stick. Would you like to continue narrowing down the results? And then we can click on it, and you can see it actually drives the e-commerce site search to actually go ahead and show you all the intermediate sticks. So we'll say we are left-handed, and now we can also click it again to sort those, and you can see now we've actually done a filter by left. So all controlled by the chatbot. What position does the player play? And we'll go ahead and just put defense. A boomer stick is appropriate for a player taking hard shots from the point, like a defender. So click here to see the assortment, and you can see now we've added boomer to the filter. So that's a pretty easy and cool demo. I mean, you saw basically a chatbot walking you through the selection of a hockey stick for your daughter. And the cool thing about it is it actually was able to drive the selection of the sticks for you in the storefront. So let's go ahead and see how this particular application was built. So we're going to go ahead into the IBM Watson Assistant. We're going to look at the workspaces, and the first thing you're going to see are intents. Now, intents are exactly that. They're the intentions of the customer interfacing with the actual chatbot. And you can see we have set up a series of intents here, things like changing to a different topic, repeating or clarifying the last statement, ask the bot to indicate that it is available. And we created these intents to basically give you the similar flow of what you saw before. So you can deviate from even the demo and the flow that I showed you earlier. And these are just basically the ones that we set up for this quick little demo, and it was very easy. So if we look at the buy intent, we can look at some of the actual user examples, like, can you recommend? Help me buy a hockey stick. I'm looking for a hockey stick. So these are actual real world questions or statements that you would expect from a customer visiting your site, and their intent is ultimately to buy it. And right within the Watson Assistant Studio, you can even come in and try it out. So we'll just type in, can you recommend? And you can see it well, I shouldn't have clicked there, but you could see it instantly said, hey, this is the buy intent. And its response was, sure, I can help you with that. How long has this player played? So if we go back and actually look at the different elements of how this is constructed, we'll see how basically this was built. So we have this thing called context variables, and those are actually entities. So we could come in here and assign either a variable or an entity a value and keep that context throughout the conversation. So for instance, things like years in the game, years, weight, is it a dangler? Is it a boomer? Left hand, right hand, etc. So these are all of the different things that we've defined. And the system also has some entities that you can reuse, like currency, date, location, number, etc. So Watson Assistant actually gives you a bunch of them out of the box that you can actually reuse. So let's go ahead and look at what the different conversation flows look like. So if we just take example, the buy intent, we could see these are all the different rules that we set up to underneath the buy intent. So we can see ask wait, the hand, continue, the player style, how many years they've been actually playing. And if we click on, a couple of these, you can actually see how you can add nodes. You can add nodes below, above. You can add folders. So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually coordinate this. So this particular one, the acknowledgement is no. It says, okay, all right, good luck with your selection. So this is basically saying, hey, I'm kind of done talking to you, or the customer's done talking to the chatbot, and you basically end the conversation. If you go to the continue, it's the exact opposite, where acknowledgement does not equal no, and we can come in here and respond with additional inputs, like would you like to continue narrowing down your selection of sticks, and you will go ahead and continue the intent of continuing the discussion. So this is the kind of dialogue that we have, and underneath the content catalog, there's all kinds of different intents that are industry based, like banking, bot control, customer care, e-commerce for things like payment, billing, and basic management tasks for orders, as an example. So these are all different kinds of out-of-the-box intents that IBM Watson Assistant has that you can actually go ahead and use them in your application. So now what I'd like to do is introduce you to Royal Cyber's quick little demo, and you can see it's on the Aurora storefront, and they have their own little visual over here for their bot. But the really cool thing about this demo is it kind of saves the sale and prevents an abandoned cart. So let's just go ahead and watch this. So we're going to go ahead and navigate in here, and we're going to look at a desktop computer. And we will add this to the cart. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have a little struggle here typing in the promotion code. So you can see the promotion code you have entered is not valid. Verify the code and try again. So we go ahead and try again. And it's still not valid. But now you'll notice we've got a little tickler over here saying, hey, we've got two things over here. I found that you are facing some issues with the coupon code. The coupon you are using is no longer valid. Please use RC001 instead. And there you go. It went ahead and applied the discount to the coupon code, and we basically ultimately saved the sale. And that is very cool. And I think that, using a combination of Tealeaf to identify struggle along with the Watson Assistant is an absolutely powerful way to use a chatbot. I mean, you could probably save a lot of sales when you can identify different struggles on the site, whether it's multiple searches for the same thing over and over, or throughout the checkout process, which is one of the number one factors of not being able to, basically complete a sale. And you could see even here, seems like you're facing an issue with the payment. Let me call you to complete the order over the phone. And there you go. Yes, please call me, etc. So, you can have this type of struggle all throughout your application, especially on an e-commerce application, and identify this struggle and have the chatbot actually help the customer get through the struggle live instead of looking at replays after the fact. So those are the two demos. I hope you really enjoyed it. This was a really cool segment, and I was really happy to share it. And great job again to Royal Cyber. And let's see what you can do with Watson Assistant and your e-commerce platform. Thank you for watching.